Representing this team, I would tell you that we give God the glory for the power that he's given this team, the swag, the love, the joy. It's been an incredible journey. The fact that we are wearing these hats right now, I'm going to look back because I still can't grasp how big this is. I mean, I didn't expect this. And knowing what we can do, I'm really excited about this. I think there's some things that we can do at the World Series that are going to surprise some people. We still wear Oklahoma across our chest, and we're proud of that. But this is a team that's made a little bit different in a different way than you might have seen over the last 4 years, and it's been glorious. It's been wonderful. I've had an absolute blast with this group.
Patty, we hear the emotion in your voice there when you talk about where this team is right now. What's behind that for you?
Oh, you're really going to take me there. I guess I didn't know what the expectation was, and I can look back, I really can look back. I don't remember a lot of things right now, but I can look back into September and remember what that looked like. And it was just kind of a little bit of hardworking, but we're scattered. We were learning. We're trying to figure out positions. They're trying to figure out who's playing next to them. It was really like a new beginning, complete new beginning. And just to see them trust us means a lot. They trust JT to the end. They trust Jen Rocha to the end. And I just appreciate it. I think that's where my heart is just appreciation for them giving back to this program, because I didn't know what it was going to look like when all these unbelievable, some of the best softball athletes that have ever played the sport left this program. And we had kind of a bear covered and worked around Ella, worked around Pick and a few others, and we're here.
Well, I was just going to ask the players, especially Ella and Kierston, but Gabby, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts too. Just thinking about how far this team has come since, like Patty was talking about, since the fall. What stands out to you most about the progress that this team's made?
Yeah, I think it just shows how gritty and how our work ethic, and we continue to just put in so much work. This team is so new, but yet it feels like we all have known each other for like our whole lives, which is really cool. So just creating that culture and just trusting each other and trusting our coaching staff and trusting the Lord, honestly.
Exactly what Kierston said. We're fighting the good fight, and we're keeping the faith, and we're all hands on deck. So just being able to play that with togetherness is what we're really looking for.
Yeah, we're a scrappy team, and we knew that from the start, and we're just going to keep balling out.
Patty, that third inning, the offense really comes alive, just hit after hit to really put the game kind of away. When you think about some of the struggles when you guys were at Tuscaloosa a few weeks ago, and then you think about what you guys did in that inning and this weekend, just how much did that show just the growth overall of this team?
Yeah, that's the word, growth, but they're also, they felt they had a chance to make it right. I know we walked away from Alabama, and they're a great team, and their fans were phenomenal, and we looked a little bit lost at times. So to be able to get that opportunity to show it right, play it right, meant a lot to us. So it was kind of wonderful to get to the World Series through them because they're so good, but just make it right. I know that's something that I feel and they feel as well.
Kierston, you've been through this process more than the other two. So from your perspective, when did you start to feel like at practice and as it worked over to the weekends that things were really beginning to click and that this is a group that was going to start the ascension to start playing your best softball to arrive at the World Series like this?
Yeah, you always have this feeling being in this program that anything is possible and just like being able to beat all the odds and, like Ella said, fighting the good fight. So I kind of knew from the beginning, I was like, wow, this team has some really great talent and we're just going to continue to work together and kind of let it show off on the field. So it's been really cool to see all the growth and see everything. It's cool because it's my third super regional, but it feels like the first with this new group. So it's been so fun.
Patty, at one point during one of the pitching changes Alabama had, I was watching you watch your players. They were just dancing in the dugout and kind of enjoying themselves, and you just kind of had this little smile on your face. I don't know if you remember that specific moment, but what's it like sort of seeing them sort of in that way, and what was going through your head in those moments?
I was talking to the coaches and I said, if we win this game, how do you think this team is going to react? And we're like, we don't know, because it's just they do things differently. And when we started to feel that breakaway, I remember what you're talking about. I was watching them in the dugout, and they were having a blast, and that's when I knew that they know how to celebrate. You could feel still the wave coming. We weren't done. You could feel that they wanted to keep playing, and instead of sitting back and going, we got this, they just kept going. So I just love to see them love what they're doing and celebrate it.
I know people love to talk about superlatives, best, most, greatest, whatever. And I know you talked in the fall about this being a year where you were going to teach again. And so it's a different year. But how do you sort of, I know it's not over, but how do you package this when you think about the litany of great seasons, and just what is this in your mind?
It's a hard thing to describe, but I would label this group as, and I use this over the air, the word clutchness. They are clutch. We're calling hit and runs, we're calling squeezes, we're calling things that they are executing. KD is handling her business like a pro. It's just, they can't, anything you give them, they can do. And you challenge them with anything, and they've got it. And we work them hard, and they can tell you that, but you get out of it what you put in, and they put it in. So they put in that work, so here we are. And it's awesome to see them just overjoyed. I still don't know that we understand what we just did, and I don't know some of them will know until they walk into, we've been to the Hall of Fame Stadium, but this feels a million times different when you walk into it now. So I am looking forward to watching that.
Patty, watching it, did you have to remind them to get the outfield pad?
Yes, we did. The outfield pad does not come off. So they put an old rusty one up against the wall, and I gave you the directions on what to do. And then they all kind of gathered around, they were looking around, and I'm pointing to it, and they're looking at me like, what is she pointing at? And then finally, KD, I think, oh yeah, I forgot. And so it's just, we got to keep that old crusty thing in, so we can keep bringing it out. Because if they tried to pull off, it would not. So the way they figured it out and celebrated it, it was just like another Sooner team does.
And Ella, what does this moment mean for you, the trials, tribulations that you went through, and the trust that Coach Gasso showed in you throughout all those tough times?
It just makes everything make sense. I'm just looking at it at a different perspective. I'm just so excited for the people that haven't experienced this yet, like Gabby and our transfers, Ilana and Bella, and I'm just so over the moon excited to see their reaction to their first World Series, and I'm so excited to see what goes into play for them.
Patty, yesterday you had Abby setting the table. Now today she's coming up with runners in scoring position and driving in runs. Just what's it like watching the way that she's swinging the bat right now?
It's free, it's easy, it's calculated. There are times I can see her making positive affirmations to herself and seeing her mouth move a little bit. And when that happens, I know something good is going to happen because she believes in what she's saying to herself, and she's just become a very, very mature athlete. freshman.
And then Kierston, for you, what was maybe kind of some of the lessons learned from the first time you faced Alabama, and how'd you take that into the outing today?
Yeah, just trusting the process and trusting what me and Coach Rich have been working on a lot, and just trusting this team, honestly. When you have hitters putting up double-digit runs, you literally just go out there and you just throw through the zone and trust your pitches. So, yeah.
You know, Patty, when Patrick was in, we asked him what it was like playing you guys today, and he was talking about how relentless you were. But he also said they don't make mistakes. They're not walking people. We're not getting 24, 25. You know, we're only getting 21 chances. That's where your team's at right now, or that's what his impression of it after losing 13-2. What's your thoughts? That's a coach that's telling, talking about your team and how good it is right now.
Well, I respect that and appreciate it. Patrick's been around for a long time, and we've known each other well enough that I just appreciate those comments, and that's how they're made. They're just made to play the game clean, to swing at strikes, to take walks, celebrate the walks. Like KD said, just pound the zone, give the ball to the infield. I don't know, we've been playing really clean. Our defense is very, very tight.
One or two more, but just Gabby, obviously the 2 home runs for you today, but especially that first one in the 3rd inning that kind of gets everything going. Just what are those kind of moments like for you? What are you thinking in a game like this and with some hits like that?
Honestly, the only thing going through my mind was just to pass the bat, and we're all here just to play for each other. So.
And for you, just a lot of them are talking about just being excited for you guys, these freshmen, the first time going through this. Your overall excitement level, just going through this, getting to the World Series.
I think Coach kind of put it the right way. Like, I feel like we don't really know how to feel about it quite yet. Like, it was an amazing win, and I don't know. I'm ready for the next one, the next game. I mean, that's the only way I can think of it right now.
Ella, your 3rd inning double was you're the 9th Sooner to reach base consecutively, the 6th consecutive hit. And I'm wondering, in a spot like that, do you still need a pitch you can hit, or do you just know you're going to hit it, and it doesn't much matter when your team's on a run like that?
Honestly, I was just like Gabby said. I was just thinking to pass the bat, but also stay loose. I didn't want to get too big, and just taking it pitch by pitch. I wasn't really looking for an exact pitch, but I knew that she was gonna throw something else, so I was just ready for whatever was to come.
Well, I guess if I could jump in, but do you feel the inevitability of your team in that moment?
I think we just did a really good job of being able to pass the bat on and on. So being able to follow after example, being able to get the ball rolling in a good way.
I'll kind of build on Gabby talking about just being excited for the next game. With the 3 straight weekends this offense has had, how excited are you to just try to roll that momentum into next Thursday?
Really looking forward to it. I'm really excited to see us at Devon Park.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.